welcome back to Separate Bedrooms. Today we're gonna make Taiwanese beef noodle soup so I don't get kicked out of my own goddamn house. Chuck's out here just fucking, yo,
To
man.
be fair, I brought the conversation up. This is not Chuck's fault.
Chuck about to get his Cody locked up.
I didn't start.
Yeah.
I didn't start this.
So fucking good.
I was talking about a movie I wanted to
Yeah, you was talking about movies. We will talk about that off camera.
Well, I'm just
because yo, it's a
always
strike
curious
right now. You know what I'm saying?
No, we went
the
from
writer's strike is starting. We can't say shit.
All you could do is talk about ideas.
Yep,
Can you even do that?
Yup. Our agents called us this week. They said we can talk. We can write specs on our own. We cannot be talking to no producers, no financiers, no studios. So, you know, we'll be doing a lot of Separate Bedrooms. What is going on here?
What about the scab writers? Ain't no people broke. They don't think like somebody just gonna come and fuck the game up.
Yo, you need a hot 16 right now in your script. Call Chuck. Chuck is down to be a scab.
Nah, I ain't down to be a scab. I'm trying to get money, but like SAG membership is a lot, bro.
Yeah, are you SAG right now?
I'm conveniently SAG. I get a SAG check for shit that I did that was SAG, but I don't pay the Soho House membership to be SAG.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many. You gotta pay an IMDb one if you want your picture in the he's in the movie shit.
Yeah.
So I just scored a movie, and I'm in 2 new ones.
But you have to pay to be.
This is my mother just gets to see my name in text.
I love it. This show has now become Chuck's LinkedIn. We had BET Plus last episode. Today, Chuck is scoring. What film are you scoring?
Did the original music for a film called Story Ave.
Fire.
Yeah, I'm like, throw me in the movies because I kind of do everything. You know, like when I was in Widows, I ended up hollering. As soon as I got the part, I was just like, hey, so y'all need music? Mm-hmm. They were like, yeah.
You flea marketed on it. You were like, yo, I got everything.
I'm triple dipping.
Yo.
I'll be behind the camera, in front of the camera, and do the music. Like, I had to tour the world with no iPhone before.
All right.
And those people think that's not like
I have to interrupt Chuck's LinkedIn. My bad for this because I'm about to remove this. So what I did here was I stewed the oxtail and beef shank in rice wine, water, ginger, and scallions for about 2.5 hours. You can see a lot of this oxtail's beat up, which is the way we like it. We want it beat up, tender, because really we want to make sure we're cooking out all of the flavor out of those bones. And now you see this water. This is basically like a Korean oxtail soup that you would get. Korigamtang, they would just stew it for like an extra 5 or 6 hours till it's like a white milky soup. But like, this is what we're gonna use as our base for Taiwanese beef noodle soup. Sorry, Chuck, you were saying?
I don't even remember.
All right, then we're gonna come with the dried chili peppers. So, I got oil hot right now, dried chili peppers, Szechuan peppercorns going in. I didn't measure. You just gotta kind of like know the level of pepper and sesh that you like. Boom, that's easy. Normally I would have gone ginger first. I would have seared my ginger, then done this. I got a little excited. All right, there you go. Ginger's now searing, taking up most of the real estate in the pan. We'll kick the chili and peppercorn to the cooler sides of the pan since I should have put them second. But you can see glossy chilies, Szechuan pep. Chuck, you ever had a Taiwanese beef noodle soup?
I have not.
This is my best dish.
You're in for a treat. This really is your best dish. My favorite.
Yeah.
This is like this and Lion's Head meatballs are tied for me.
Yeah.
Have you ever had his Lion's Head meatballs?
Lion's Head meatballs?
Mm-hmm.
What does that even mean?
Craziest flavor soup I've ever had in my life.
What does it mean?
I feel like you got
massive pork meatballs. Mm-hmm. That he makes it. He stews these massive pork meatballs, and what's the base?
It's like chicken stock. I make a chicken soup and pork stock with pork belly and chicken. I make the stock, then I sear pork meatballs and we braise them. But we'll make them because that's her favorite dish. So when there's a special guest you fuck with,
I think we've assigned this dish to someone already. I don't know who we did, but I just really wanted it, so I was like, this episode we're doing.
I like that. Like that.
So it's coming.
Maybe we'll do it for a special guest like Idris, you know? But Chuck today, I would say, okay, so I'm like known for bows, right?
Yeah.
But originally, when I opened Bao House, because I had a lot of time before I had customers, this was the dish I would make that was like the knockout. The first time anyone reviewed my cooking was Bao House, New York Times, and they were like, yo, the star is actually this fucking beef noodle soup. But then just at the time, people, food nerds, food fad people, they were into baos. They weren't as into this, so I took it off the menu. But this is my best dish I'm making.
Wait, so you could order this at Bauhaus originally?
Originally, when it was just me and Evan working there, you could order this. We had it.
I didn't know that.
Rivington Street.
Amazing.
It was fire.
The other one. Then you have 2 locations.
14th Street. Yep.
Yeah.
So now we got ginger, we got chilies, we got peppercorns, garlics. All right. We just want to get them a little toasty.
Are those chopped or whole?
Okay. Oh, good question. So I took garlic cloves, and then the garlic cloves, I smashed each one because you get more flavor out of the garlic when you smash it. Okay. Then this is coming in. 4 pieces of anise. Anise you want to be careful with depending on this. In this recipe, I made it with 1 big pack of oxtails, about 2 pounds of oxtail, and then 2 whole beef shanks. So that's what's in the dish right now. All right, now this is all ready to go. We don't want to burn it. We're gonna pick up the fond. Oh, yes, right here. Shaoxing wine.
What was that, babe?
Aged Chinese rice wine, Shaoxing wine. Thank you for calling that out.
I'm taking the recipes a little bit more seriously these days.
Yup.
I'm writing them, I'm typing them up. I'm gonna like Photoshop them for you guys and make them look fucking fly.
Yup.
So I'm really on it.
So then here's coming in, all right? Once it kind of picks up everything, that flavors now in the pot.
Shit. Hold on, let me walk over by this pot, man.
Yup.
This smells crazy.
Let me tell y'all something on camera.
Smells crazy.
Whatever this smell is,
It's
I pay for
insane.
the smell.
Pickled chilies. I like to add the pickled chilies. It smells good, right?
That shit smell like my bank account hit. Smell like the
this is
Cash
good.
App noise when somebody sends you some money.
Smell this.
You get a little rotation.
Yup.
I feel like E40 on his first album cover.
Bro, you know, there is an unreleased food show pilot that I shot. I got Vice to pay for my parents to shoot a pilot of their own food show, and the guest is E40. And my mom makes E40 sea cucumber.
Wait,
It's
so
the
it's your
wildest
mom
shit.
in E40?
It's my mom in
Major way.
E40.
I love that. We need your mom on.
Yeah, we gotta get moms on.
Yeah.
Today I'm breaking the gluten-free. I like to use this Lee Kum Kee seasoned seafood soy sauce. That's the type
Does
of
that even have gluten
good
in it?
flavor. Soybeans.
What the fuck is
So look,
gluten,
we're
man?
gonna do a little seafood soy in here.
I'll start.
You see
Hey,
that?
when did everybody decide they was gonna gangbang on gluten though?
Because
Bro.
Monsanto is ruining our food
I'm
in
just
this country.
shitting wet snakes, bro.
They're
It is
basically...
Monsanto's
We're
fault.
gonna hit it
Our
with
wheat
a
is
special
poison.
housewife soy sauce.
Shout
for
out the
YV.
housewives.
All right, shout out the housewife.
I'm good with my wrist.
And last,
Reverse.
It's at the left.
Everybody. clap your
your hands. Da, 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 da.
How low can you go?
Yo, the Cupid
How
Shuffle
low?
I love the
was
Chuck
such
is stirring
a large
this
part
shit
of my
up.
childhood. You have no
What?
idea. Yeah.
All right.
Every...
Casper Slide Part 2.
Oh,
Featuring the
Superior
platinum
Dark
band.
Soy.
Casper Slide, part 2.
You gotta say featuring the platinum band.
Yo, keep chefing this,
Word.
Chuck. You keep,
Wait,
keep
what was
chefing
that,
this,
babe?
bro.
What was that?
Superior dark soy sauce.
Okay.
All right. Now.
All right, Chuck, did you watch the draft yesterday?
I did, but I only cared about Lions players.
Oh man, the Lions
did you get
did some
a
dumb
good
shit.
pick? Are you
What
like,
do we do?
are you
What do mean
excited?
We did dumb shit.
Bro, the Lions traded down and then took a running back no one was gonna take until like the 3rd round with the 12th pick, I believe.
Nah, we pretty happy with it. We traded down and got 2 picks in the first round.
Okay.
You did.
So we went from 6 to 12, got 12, and then we fucked around and got like
Another one.
19.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's still
We got
good.
an inside linebacker that's just one of those crazy,
Yeah.
you know, like white dudes. He used to hoop. He's wiry, probably like a JJ Watt type.
He looks
Okay.
slow
Then
though,
we got
bro.
a
He looks slow. He looks
Inside
slow.
linebacker.
Inside, like yeah.
Inside linebackers are meant to crash course.
Yeah.
They run up and fuck shit up.
They're just there to like.
Y'all drafted
hit
the
bodies.
Spielman in 2023.
Yeah, what did Spielman end up being?
Spielman would be a commentator today.
He's a Hall of Famer, bro.
Yo, he is. He
Yo,
is.
at least he got a job.
He's too slow
okay?
now, bro.
Man, I don't care how fast you are if you can't tackle.
All right, so I'm gonna tell you something about Taiwanese beef noodle soup. There's a lot of styles. My favorite style is actually a recipe I adapted, which is sour cabbage beef noodle soup. That's my specialty. But today I made you guys the classic one with anise in it, right? Some people do with anise, some people do without anise. And then a big thing is tomatoes or no tomatoes.
Hey,
All right?
to all the black people in the world that might not know what anise is, what is that?
It's anise, it's basically licorice.
Oh.
So it's a star anise. Good call out. It's a aromatic that we use a lot in Asian cooking, but you're right, not used as much in other cooking. You get it in Indian cooking. You get it in some
What else
Persian
would it
cooking.
come in?
And oh man, anise. Anytime you braise meats, you use some anise.
Or
And then it just gives a light aromatic sweetness to it. It's something we like a lot. But Taiwanese beef noodle soup, when you get it, is usually a few things. They ask you, you want spicy or not spicy? Clear or hong sao, which is like soy braised. And then tomatoes or no tomatoes. So today's version we're doing is kind of the most popular right now. Hong sao with tomato. Braised beef with tomato. So,
hey, look, all I gotta say is this smell.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll put some money on it.
So you never had this. I'm very curious your perspective, Chuck. Like just smelling it, checking out this dish. Now, what are your first like thoughts and impressions?
A little bit. It smells like duck right now.
Oh,
It like has that
fatty.
Yeah, that peaking. Well, that's sweet. The sweet part. You know, the sweet part.
I see.
I've always just been more curious because of it's like the infinite amount of soups in Asian cuisine.
Yeah, love soup.
Yeah, I love soup. Like it gets the job done.
Yeah.
But just flavor wise, what you did already, I'm just standing here looking at it like I can see my reflection.
My favorite shit is soup and stews. So look, here we go.
Is that the guests?
It's
I'll
our
go grab
guest
it.
or Clara. So then here we go. And then
Yeah, show me what's next.
we're gonna take the meat, pause, and put it in. So
Oh yeah.
we'll go here. Okay, those beat up oxtails, that shank. And now we're gonna finish this braise.
You cover it.
Yup. Covered.
Turn it like a goddamn bank safe.
You got beef noodle soup. Probably 30 minutes. I'll let it
use the
stew.
bathroom real quick.
Yeah, use the bathroom.
My piss might be loud on this microphone.
We could turn it off now.
Nah, turn it up.
Okay, so I got a little distracted doing the show and cooking. So what I'm gonna do here, what I usually do is before I put the shanks back, I will slice them. So then each slice gets some flavor, right? I'm gonna slice some beef shanks here. This is kind of my favorite part because once you slice it, you know you're almost done. I like thick pieces of shank. You know, a lot of Taiwanese restaurants you go to, just to like watch out for food costs, you get slightly thinner pieces of shank. But when you're at home, look at how tender and thick this shank is. Look at that. All of the tendons are cooked through, ligaments tender. This is about to be a crazy dish, y'all. While the tomato's cooking down, all I'm gonna do is chill and make noodles and then we will be partaking in this dish. Chuck, have you had Taiwanese food before?
I don't think intentionally.
Word. A lot of people.
I've been in New York and I've been to a Taiwanese spot.
Yeah.
But like on the West Coast, they don't really like define the difference. You know, like
San Gabriel Valley, there's a lot of Taiwanese food, but basically what I will explain about it is Taiwanese food has their own like Aboriginal food and native food to the island. And then there's like the Chinese food that people brought after the Cultural Revolution post 1950.
Right.
And that's a lot of Chinese food that got adapted and kind of like became its final form in Taiwan, like the final boss type shit.
Right.
And beef noodle soup is one of them. This is very much Chinese cooking, Chinese technique, but it just became such a phenomenon in Taiwan that now Taiwan is known for beef noodle soup, because a lot of times, like after the Cultural Revolution, a lot of the recipes and the master chefs fled to Taiwan. So the really famous Chinese dishes went to Taiwan, became adapted, and found their final form.
Prior to that, what was the difference between
if you get
island food and mainland food?
So if you get like beef noodle soup at like say a mainland Chinese spot or in a mainland Chinese restaurant in America back in the day, sometimes they'd give you like a clear beef noodle soup, or they'd give you like this Hong Sao beef noodle soup, but it just wouldn't be as layered. It was much more simple, right? It'd just be like soy, anise, scallions, ginger, rice wine, boom. When we do it, we'll add a little like toasted chili, a little peppercorn, a little garlic. Right. Sometimes if it was a Sichuan guy, you would get some peppercorn in there, you get some chili in there, but it wasn't as layered. Like you'll see me, every single Taiwanese person has their own beef noodle soup recipe and way they like to make it. We judge cooks on this, and we have like national competitions. Like they give out championship belts for this shit. Oh, yeah. My thing that I do that a lot of people give me props for is I use two types of chilies always. Either I'll use a pickled chili and a dried chili, or I'll use a fresh chili and a dried chili, and I'm always using different chili mixes to bring like freshness and acid to the dish.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I smell like a Bentley car dealership in here. Smell rich.
All right, now here is a question for you guys. When I was in Taiwan, the homies there, they're so used to eating this with like Chinese wheat noodles. Mm-hmm. So I started making it for them with like fine spaghetti, and they loved it because it was different. But do you guys want spaghetti or you want Chinese noodle?
No, I need it fresh off the brick, man. I need that uncut. I need that Chinese noodle.
You want the Chinese?
That's cool to me.
Okay.
I feel like I've had it every which way now, so I'm happy.
Let's do it. Yeah. Well, you know what, Chuck? I agree with you because this is the first time people seeing this a lot of time for people.
Yeah.
So it's good to show them the original uncut.
You gotta have it fresh off the brick.
But I'm curious, babe. Which one do you like better?
You made this with the spaghetti when we had a dinner here one night.
Yeah.
I think it was probably like a year ago.
Yeah.
And prior to not having it, I was kind of bummed when you were doing it because I'm like, I like the original, but then I had it and I have to say it's my favorite.
Yeah, I like the spaghetti.
Yeah. It's just there's something different to it. It's a different texture, and I think it's unexpected with the flavor.
Yup.
That I'm like, I'm into that. But I do think first you have to
First time you gotta do it uncut.
You have
Chuck's
to do it
right.
uncut. Yeah.
Yeah. And my thing with Chinese food is I'm not into fusion food, but I am really into the things like home cooks or barbecue people do is they'll take a recipe and they change one or two things like the peppers, or they'll play with the noodles. That to me isn't fusion. It's more just like continuing to evolve and tighten up the
Speaking
dish.
of that, that's why I love barbecue so much. That's why that's my as far as my culinary like expertise and what I'm the best at. Because in the kitchen, with all of these dishes, you can never be perfect enough. Like there's people that make the same dish for 30 straight years.
Yeah.
And out of those 30 straight years, probably done it perfect 15 times. But like with barbecue, like the end result is almost physical. You know how it looks. You know where it's at in the bone, and I change up. You know if I have a sauce or if I have a spray that I'm, basting or smoking with, like I change that. I mean, I could go from like a different type of vinegar to apple cider vinegar. You know what I mean? Or it could be just lemon juice and hot sauce.
Yeah.
Like playing with the acid that you play with, it doesn't really determine the flavor. It's just all for physical properties.
Yeah.
So that it doesn't burn and then it smokes slower. So
Yeah.
I get what he's saying about fusion. Barbecue is just pure fusion.
I don't know barbecue well, so fusion of, like, what would you say are the...
It's like the same thing as if you did like a smoked chicken, pulled pork, brisket. All of those kind of like have the same type of processes, but what you do with them are different. Like, you can make a smoked chicken salad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Totally.
you can put smoked chicken in the pasta. Same thing with brisket. Brisket tacos is a fusion.
For sure, yeah.
Anything barbecue and tacos is a fusion. It's just we don't call it that.
Yeah, no, you're right, I guess. I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, like Texas food merges with Mexican food a lot.
Yeah,
Soul
Tex-Mex.
Southern food is very African in nature.
I guess what you're saying too, it's like whatever you're marinating into, like you could do a super Asian, like you'll always do something with the wings, even making the wings like Asian flavored or...
Yeah, it's like if I did some smoked wings right now and whatever rub I did with it, if I use sesame oil instead of like just another oil before, or I bind with mustard. So if I do anything, I use mustard. But now I can do a whole bowl. I can do mustard, or I can do brown mustard, add a little bit of sesame oil, add a little bit of like ponzu and sugar, and now it's Asian smoked. So
Which
now that's
sounds
a fusion.
crazy. I have to say, we barbecue here a lot. If you're coming, I'm like, this is gonna be the best day ever. This is gonna be the best barbecue ever. Because between the two of you, Eddie will be on the downstairs barbecue, Chuck will be upstairs. And it's crazy. And selfishly, I like when you're up here because I can just come like take shit and no one knows. Like everyone's downstairs and they're like crowding your grill and you just have a vibe up here. And I'm like,
because I usually smoke.
They were around Eddie like it was vulture season.
Yeah, I usually do the smoked barbecue and Chuck will do like the big tomahawk. He can do pork chops, stuff like that. He'd be searing the high heat here. But so this is a different thing which I like. So usually with Taiwanese beef noodle soup, you would get pickled mustard greens on the side to mix into your soup. I'm gonna do it with pickled Napa because it's lighter and more refreshing. We in summer right now. This is fly shit. So this is also something different.
I feel like if you could license it, this would be a perfect time to cue the Fresh Prince featuring Jazzy Jeff, Summertime.
Yo,
Damn.
Absolutely.
You gotta know where to place the song at.
Absolutely.
I'm actually hyped, man.
This is gonna be good.
Yeah, this smells so good.
This shit smells like when you walking past something and you ain't know you was hungry, but now you
now you hungry.
And now you like, oh, I'm about to go home and order some Asian food.
Yeah.
It's like walking by a fucking Chick-fil-A, bro. You don't even want to go, but you smell the shit.
So
that hateful chicken is so delicious.
So to the basic mind, this is basically like, this is like pho, but turned up.
Oh, okay. You know what? That's not a bad idea to explain it this way. So this is
just out all the
Babe.
I know what's going on.
So I would say this with this dish is Vietnamese people have pho. Well, actually, I'm gonna start this way. The most straightforward and simple Asian beef soup, I think, is like Korigam-tang, like Korean beef soup, where they just use like beef shin or beef oxtail. It's just maybe rice wine, scallion, ginger, white pepper, salt, and like a little bit of black pepper. That's like pure beef soup, Asian. Then with pho, they'll add roasted onions, other aromatics, cardamom, things like that. Brighten it up. They'll serve it with cilantro. They'll serve it with tendon. That is like slightly more layers, I'd say, than like the Korean soup.
Right.
Not better, just more layers. Then you'll get to like ramen. So like Japanese people also have like ramen, but like that's pork stock. And then they also have some beef soups, but they're really more pork stock or chicken stock based. And then ramen will add soy sauce. They'll add much more flavors. It's a little more unctuous. But the most layered, the most flavorful, most ingredients is the Taiwanese beef noodle soup. You saw everything. It's a much richer flavor. So it's like a pantheon. But if I'm honest, I eat Korean soup the most because it's simple. Super simple. Look at that.
Wow.
And I'll tell you also, a lot of people, they will make their beef noodle soup all in one pot. I like to make it separate. I like to stew my meats and then keep that clear, do the saute, and then fresh. Bring it all together at the end.
That's how I do it.
Now, we're gonna do these noodles. I like these noodles. I got them from Mitsuya. All right. Oh yeah. But no, that's a good question about the noodle soups.
Yeah, just
And then I'm curious, you know, after you eat it to see like what you like.
I got one of those palettes, man, that. All right, let me explain it this way. People talk about the afterlife and what happens after you die and like heaven, all of this shit. I don't think anybody's thinking about the fact that in all deities, religions, they talk about like once you get to the next level, you got everything you need, you're all connected, like you have no sense of pain, suffering. And then the only thing I can think of is, so we probably don't need to eat up there, right?
Yeah.
And then I get scared, like, all right, if God was like, yeah, Chuck, you did a good job down there, buddy. I actually like the work you did so well that I want you to come up here with me. And then, but he was like, yeah, but we don't got no food up here, you don't need it. I damn near tell him to send me back down.
If they were like, you can ascend and you can be like a celestial being, or you can reincarnate and do another bid on Earth, which like a lot of people will say like Earth is a prison planet. Like this is where you come to
Earth is a
like sort
prison
out
planet, but
your
there's people out
karma.
here balling right now with a boat inside of a boat.
For sure.
With 2 jet skis on the side, like.
But they unhappy, bro. They unhappy. A lot of those dudes is
but
unhappy.
maybe they're
I want to
not.
see if
Or
you could
maybe
do it.
not
I want
unhappy.
to see if you could do it and be happy.
Oh
I
yeah.
know your time is limited, but that's the thing about I love food so much that I'm.
Well, let me
afraid
ask you.
that the afterlife don't got it.
But what if
But-
it was like like imagine people.
I know hell don't got food,
No, I don't think they have food. I think
or
they're
they
like
got too much food,
yeah.
or they got a shitty ass
Yeah, it's like
buffet.
eat
and
in
you
a
gotta eat
stick.
there every day.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking terrible.
All right, I got to do one step, but a question I have: would we like food if we didn't get hungry?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I eat when I'm not hungry all the
still.
time.
I'll cook shit just to put it away.
So I'm taking the same pan that we sauteed the chilies and Szechuan pep in because it still has like the breath of that. I'm gonna add a little bit of oil. And this is my way to do it. You don't gotta copy. If you were gonna do it traditionally, you get mustard greens, chop them up like I've chopped this up, and you stir fry it with a little ginger and a little bit of garlic, chili, and light touch of soy. That's how you would do the mustard greens. Today, I'm gonna do it with this. All right. Get my microplane out. And just do a little ginger in here. I don't like to have too much ginger in my saute, like chunks, but I really like it microplaned in the oil. And that'll give you the flavor you need. All right. I'll take a little bit of this garlic, just like that. Got some garlic in there.
Nah, but what I was gonna say is,
And then now 1 second, Chuck. Here comes the pickled cabbage. Napa cabbage.
Damn.
All right, Chuck, what were you gonna say?
I lost my train of thought with that sizzle.
My bad, bro, my bad.
Nah, but it goes into this. You know, I was telling that joke with Jess, like, obviously, I'm ready, whatever's after Earth,
Yeah.
I'm cool with it. But when I think about all the things I've done that have been perfect on Earth, the only thing that made it really solidified and put the period on it is when you go eat afterwards. Like, graduate from 5th grade, gotta go eat.
Yep.
8th grade graduation, gotta go eat. First time I did a crazy ass amusement park where I rode every roller coaster. Soon as we got in the car and crossed that overpass that you do at all Six Flags, gotta go eat.
Yeah. I agree.
Got booked for Coachella, Lollapalooza, all this stuff in 1 year after the festival, gotta go eat. Did a movie, first movie, gotta go eat.
Yeah.
And it's about not just eating by myself, it's
a celebration.
Eating with your people is the most satisfying thing I could ever do. Today, I walked out of here and someone's like, hey, Chuck, something you did sold for a lot. Here's your cut. It's 260 million. I'm going to fucking eat.
We had this conversation last night because we were watching the draft and we were like, where would you go eat after the draft? Because we were talking about a project that Eddie has and we're like, where are we going to go eat when that project goes? Because it will go. And we were just like, that's how I grew up too. Everything I looked for, if it was even shopping with my mom on a Saturday, I was like, we're gonna go eat dinner after, and that's gonna be, I always look forward to that.
Anything I've done with my family that was beautiful is over food.
Yeah, I agree.
Salt, I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. Okay. And then white pepper to finish. Now, if it was mustard green again, you would do a little bit of soy, but I'm not. But yeah, you know, like I think we were saying to celebrate in LA.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I said if I was in New York, I would go celebrate at either Peter Luger's or I want to go to Noodle Town, but they don't have drinks, so I would do Congy Village. Congy Village or Peter Luger's is where I'd celebrate in New York. In LA, I don't have that place that I'm just like so into. It would probably be the Polo Lounge. Polo Lounge or the Cheesecake Factory. Or South Beverly Grill was I think what I landed on. Yeah. If it was me and you celebrating something personal, it'd be Lolo Wine Bar for sure.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, Lolo. Oh, man, what?
I love Lolo. We were gonna get married there.
You know how many times I've been in there? They know exactly they know what time it is.
They know what time it is.
They're our favorite.
My favorite.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Lori.
Yeah.
Shout out Lori.
Lori, every time she sees me, she's like, are you gonna sit down or you just wanna take your wine bottles to go? And I was like, you already know what time it is. Aww. I've eaten everything on the menu, so I gotta like.
And how crazy has it been to watch the menu evolve and get like so crazy good? Because now they're adding new stuff. They have these like lobster ravioli dish.
Stick to the script. I need the prawns.
It's all good.
I need the prawns, I need that bread, and I need that steak. That's it.
Yeah, the bread is crazy, the steak is crazy. Also, but now they're doing like a cacio e pepe carbonara. They have a vodka sauce pasta.
Oh yeah, I had that.
Which is crazy. I love vodka sauce. I'm like, that's my palate.
I'll go up in Lolo and shut it down from door open to door closed. Like in my,
I love
like you know, what's the word for it? You know, smooth on my smooth player.
Yeah.
I used to just put a fit on, go sit at the bar, and I'd be by myself. I read a script there.
Yeah.
I've like typed out decks.
Oh
and
yeah.
I basically go on a date with myself.
Well, they have that bar in there with the room with the mirrored glass. It's fly. Where's your spot though? Like, okay, today if you sold the craziest project, you sold your movie that you're working on, where would you go eat to celebrate? Do you have a spot that you're like, that is where I want to celebrate?
Yeah, I got like two. So I'd go to Lobster, which is that spot right by the pier, Santa Monica Pier. It's the seafood spot.
Okay, I've never been.
You gotta go. It's like a seafood cheesecake factory.
Word.
So there's that.
Okay.
Cheesecake factories, for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Now that I know that they got one in Beverly Hills, I'm just like, I gotta see it.
The cheesecake is just celebratory,
The Beverly Hills cheesecake is so fly. It's like dimly lit. It's small, so it's not like a gigantic cheesecake. Sitting at the bar at the Cheesecake Factory in Beverly Hills is the move.
Sitting at the bar at the Cheesecake Factory is probably the most, you know, like, player position you could put yourself in if you was just trying to catch some action. It's gonna be a little older, but if you wanted to just see if you got it, just sit there.
Well, they come and they put like the napkin down for you. It's really like high quality service at the bar.
It is.
Yeah, man, look,
They have better service
They
than a
don't
lot of these
play.
like chefy spots that like they don't really understand service.
you know why Cheesecake Factory is winning? They don't got commercials.
They don't need them.
Yeah.
They don't need them.
They have
It's just
a chokehold.
if you are food and beverage and you have a commercial, you played yourself.
Oh.
I agree with that.
Like it's like I can't even drink Casamigos when they got a commercial.
But I will be honest, I like the local like regional steakhouse commercials
Those are
on
tight.
basketball games.
What was
Yeah.
the one when you used to land in?
There's
New York?
one in like Encino that's always on during the Clipper games.
Yeah,
Like Schaefer Steakhouse. I'm like, all right, Schaefer.
I still want to go.
Or Walensky and whatever dude. When you land in New York, we used to land in New York. You get in a cab from the airport. First commercial would be like Walensky and something, and it was like
Yeah,
this-
Smith and Walensky's.
Smith and Walensky.
Smith and
Did you ever
Walensky.
eat there?
Yo, the Smith and Walensky in Taiwan is actually their
have one
most
in Taiwan.
upscale steakhouse. They did a franchise deal. It's at the top of Taipei 101. So a lot of dudes like to do business there. That was the first time I ever ate at a Smith and Walensky.
How was it?
It was it's good. Like in Taiwan, it was very serviceable as like your steakhouse. I would say I preferred it over like Ruth's Chris, Morton's, things of that nature. I preferred it for sure. So now we about to do this. All right, I'm going to taste this soup a little bit. Babe, do you mind helping grab my gluten pills from my bag?
Your bag?
Yeah, it might be in the car. My bad. Sorry about that. Oh my God. This is crazy. All right, this dish is crazy. It just blew my, this is, Chuck, you know when you make a dish a lot, but you're like, yo, this one's hitting?
Yeah,
This one's hitting, bro.
I'm ready.
You want oxtail in yours? Of course I do. Okay, I'm gonna give you the big boy bowl.
That's a crazy question for me. Of course,
Yep.
yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Guys, Avish is here.
What
All
up?
right, man, the special guest.
Welcome, Avish.
Yes, Avish has come with
Amazing.
multiple gifts.
Wow. We love it. We got a lot of gifts today.
Oh my gosh.
Welcome.
How soon in advance you guys film these things? I don't have a baby.
Oh, thank you so
Welcome.
much.
And then this is a cake,
Baby stuff.
What?
You're the best, Avish.
of course. And then
Oh my gosh.
this
Thank you,
is,
thank you.
This is something that I use a lot. I saw your guys' coffee setup.
Bro, you're the best.
IBS Cafe.
I drink a lot of shit on nitro these days.
Ooh,
So it's a little
amazing. All right, I'm excited to get
Yeah,
into this.
speaking of coffee, yo, I never had a cold brew like the one. You know, I'm not. Coffee for me is just black in a cup with a little bit of agave.
These are right here.
But that cold brew
Word.
is it. I think
What's
I might
up,
start drinking
Avish?
it.
Welcome. Yeah, have a seat. We'll get you your soup out. Julius will get you mic'd up. Welcome, my G.
Good seeing you.
You too, brother.
We love it. All right, so you see everybody got a piece of shank. Everybody got a piece of oxtail. We're going to get Avish mic'd up. And then we're going to eat this